When life hits you, it doesn't send a warning. One day you wake up realizing years have slipped away and the dreams you once had are still just dreams because you kept getting distracted. Painfully enough, distraction is the silent thief of success. Every wasted hour scrolling, every moment spent chasing meaningless pleasure, every time you choose comfort over discipline, you are making a choice between staying focused or staying broke. The world doesn't reward the lazy, the unfocused, or the weak. It rewards those who lock in, who shut out the noise, who grind when nobody is watching. Success doesn't come to those who want it. It comes to those who refuse to lose sight of it. You say you want freedom, but you spend your freedom drowning in distractions. You say you want wealth, but your actions scream comfort. You say you want success, but your habits prove otherwise. The truth is brutal. Focus creates fortune. Distraction guarantees poverty. If you cannot discipline your mind, the world will discipline you with mediocrity. So ask yourself right now, will you build the life you dream of, or will you keep trading it for cheap pleasure until nothing's left but regret? Focus is the currency of success. Without it, effort is wasted. People underestimate just how powerful this truth is. They believe success comes from talent, luck, or opportunity, but the real secret is focus. You can have all the potential in the world. You can be intelligent, creative, ambitious, but if you cannot control your attention, if you cannot direct your energy toward one goal and stay locked in, your potential rots inside you. Focus is what transforms effort into achievement. Without it, effort leaks like water in a cracked jar. You can keep pouring more in, but nothing will ever stay. Think about the world around you. Everyone wants success. Everyone says they want more money, a better body, freedom, happiness. But if you watch closely, most people are scattered. They start something and quit. They work for an hour, then distract themselves for 3. They have 1,000 half-finished projects, 1,000 broken promises to themselves. They keep pouring energy into different directions, and then they wonder why they remain stuck. The truth is not that they aren't working hard. It's that their energy is divided, and divided energy produces nothing. Focus is about unity of direction. When you decide one goal is worth your entire attention, and you refuse to split that attention across meaningless distractions, your results multiply. Effort without focus is like running in circles. You feel exhausted at the end of the day, but you're still standing in the same place. People mistake busyness for progress. They think because they're always moving, always working on something, they must be advancing. But success is not about motion. It's about direction. A person who works with laser focus for 2 hours will often achieve more than someone who spends 10 hours scattered, constantly checking their phone, switching tasks, never fully immersing themselves in the grind. Focus is leverage. It multiplies your output and it forces your actions to actually build on each other instead of canceling each other out. Look at the greatest people in any field. Athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, leaders. None of them got there by dabbling or dividing themselves into 100 different pursuits. They were focused. They woke up every day obsessed with their mission. When others were distracted, they were locked in. When others were partying, they were practicing. When others were chasing every shiny opportunity, they were drilling deeper into the one thing that mattered. That's why their effort was not wasted. Their energy went into building a fortress rather than scattering bricks in the sand. But here's the painful reality. Focus costs something. It demands sacrifice. You cannot be focused and entertained at the same time. You cannot be focused and constantly available for everyone else's demands. You cannot be focused if you are addicted to comfort and distraction. Focus means saying no to almost everything so you can say yes to the one thing that matters most. Most people fail not because they don't work, but because they refuse to pay the price of focus. They want success, but also want to waste hours on meaningless pleasure. They want discipline, but also want constant comfort. They want growth, but also want to remain distracted. The truth is cruel, but simple. You cannot have both. The world is designed to steal your focus. Every app, every notification, every screen is engineered to keep you distracted. And if you give in, your dreams will slip away while you laugh at memes or scroll through endless content. You will wake up one day realizing your focus was stolen and along with it, your future. That is why you must treat focus like money. You don't hand out money to anyone who asks. So why hand out your focus so cheaply? Protect it. Guard it. Invest it only in what builds your future. Focus is also about consistency. It's not enough to be locked in for one day or 1 week. Success is built on sustained focus, day after day, week after week. Each day you stay disciplined. Each day you keep your eyes fixed on your goal. You are stacking bricks. Alone, one day seems small. One brick seems useless. But stacked over months and years, they create an unshakable structure. That's how empires are built. Not through bursts of scattered energy, but through consistent, focused effort. The biggest mistake people make is thinking they have more time. They think they can waste today and focus tomorrow, but tomorrow never comes. Life passes faster than you realize, and every day of distraction is a day stolen from your destiny. The cost of lost focus is not just wasted effort, it's wasted life. One day you will regret not being disciplined, not because someone else succeeded, but because you will know you could have been more. You will know you had the ability, but you traded it for distraction. That pain will be far greater than the struggle of focus. Focus is the currency of success because it turns effort into results. It converts dreams into reality. It makes the difference between the broke and the wealthy, the forgotten and the legendary. Every great achievement began with someone who decided to lock in and never break. If you want to win, stop scattering yourself. Stop wasting your energy on meaningless things. Choose one mission, devote yourself to it, and give it everything. Because without focus, your effort is nothing more than wasted motion. But with focus, your effort becomes unstoppable. Discipline separates the successful from the broke, and that is one of the most brutal truths of life. Talent doesn't separate them, luck doesn't separate them, even intelligence doesn't separate them. Discipline does. Every single day, life is testing you with small choices. Do you wake up early and attack the day, or do you hit snooze and stay in bed? Do you eat food that fuels your body, or do you give in to cravings? Do you stay focused on building your dream, or do you let distraction and comfort swallow another hour of your life? The difference seems small in the moment, but over years, those choices create two completely different lives. The disciplined build a future. The undisciplined stay stuck, and stuck eventually becomes broke, not only financially, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Discipline is doing what must be done even when you don't feel like it. That's the key difference between those who achieve and those who wish. Most people rely on motivation, and that is why they fail. Motivation is temporary. Motivation comes and goes like the weather. You might feel inspired in the morning and completely drained by evening. If you depend on feelings, you will live a life of inconsistency. Discipline is different. Discipline doesn't ask how you feel. Discipline demands action regardless of mood. It's a contract you sign with yourself that says, no matter what, I will execute. That consistency is what produces results, while others waste years waiting for the right time or the right mood. Think about it. Every person wants success. Everyone wants money, freedom, respect, and power. But the ones who actually get it are the ones who are willing to suffer through the boring, repetitive, unglamorous grind. They kept showing up. They kept pushing when they were tired. They didn't let excuses win. That's what separates them. Discipline is the bridge between desire and reality. Without it, your dreams stay dreams. With it, your goals slowly but surely turn into achievements. The undisciplined always chase comfort, and that's why they stay broke. They would rather scroll for hours than build something meaningful. They would rather complain than fix their situation. They would rather live for short bursts of pleasure than long-term freedom. But here's the painful truth. Comfort today costs freedom tomorrow. Every easy choice now creates a harder life later. Every hard choice now creates an easier life later. The successful understand this trade-off, and that is why they embrace discipline even when it hurts. They know that pain is temporary, but freedom is forever. Discipline doesn't just build wealth, it builds character. A disciplined person trusts themselves because they know they will follow through. They develop confidence, not from empty affirmations, but from proof. The proof that they can rely on themselves. Every act of discipline strengthens identity, and that identity becomes unshakable. Meanwhile, the undisciplined lose trust in themselves. They say they'll do something and then break their own word. Slowly, they start believing they're weak, incapable, and powerless. That belief destroys them before the world even has a chance to. Look at anyone who has built greatness in any field. Athletes train when nobody's watching. Entrepreneurs work when the world is sleeping. Soldiers drill the same movements thousands of times until they become second nature. These people don't succeed because they felt like it. They succeed because they refuse to give themselves a way out. Discipline creates habits, and habits shape destiny. When your habits are built on discipline, You don't need to constantly negotiate with yourself. You simply execute. But here's the hardest truth. Discipline is lonely. Most people won't understand why you're sacrificing comfort, why you're saying no to distractions, why you're not living like everyone else. They'll mock you. They'll doubt you. They'll tempt you back into mediocrity. That's why most people quit. They want approval more than success. The successful, on the other hand, are willing to walk alone. They'd rather be misunderstood today than broke tomorrow. They'd rather sacrifice temporary pleasure than sacrifice their future. That loneliness eventually turns into strength, and that strength becomes success. Discipline also compounds over time. One day of discipline seems small. One workout, 1 hour of work, one decision to resist distraction, it feels insignificant. But discipline is like stacking bricks. Alone, each brick doesn't look like much. But when stacked day after day, they eventually create a wall of strength, a fortress of results. The broke never get this far because they quit too early. They expect results without patience, rewards without struggle. The disciplined know that consistency pays in the long run, and that's why they keep going long after others have stopped. In the end, life doesn't care about your excuses. Life doesn't care about your feelings, your moods, or your intentions. It rewards action. It rewards execution. It rewards the person who shows discipline when others surrender. That's why you must understand that discipline is not punishment. It's freedom. It is the ability to control your actions, your time, and your future instead of being controlled by impulse. Without discipline, you will always be a slave to weakness, and weakness leads to poverty in every sense of the word. Discipline separates the successful from the broke because it is the only guarantee that you will keep moving forward, no matter the obstacles. It is the shield that protects you from distraction and the weapon that carves out opportunity. If you want to win, stop waiting for motivation. Stop expecting life to hand you success. Build discipline, and discipline will build your future. The ones who master it will rise, and the ones who neglect it will stay behind, forever broke, not just in money, but in mind and spirit. Every distraction is a step away from the life you dream of, and that is the truth most people ignore until it's too late. Distractions don't come at you with alarms. They sneak in silently, disguised as harmless fun, small breaks, or quick entertainment. You tell yourself it's just 5 minutes, just one video, just one scroll, and before you know it, hours are gone, days are wasted, and years have slipped through your fingers. What people fail to realize is that distraction isn't just costing them time, it's costing them opportunity, growth, and the very life they claim they want. Every single moment you give to distraction is stolen from the mission that could change your future. The harsh reality is that dreams demand sacrifice. To achieve anything worthwhile, you need focus, effort, and consistency. But distraction is the enemy of all three. You cannot stay consistent if your attention is always being pulled in different directions. You cannot put in deep effort if your mind is constantly scattered. You cannot focus on building your vision when you are drowning in the noise of endless entertainment, meaningless conversations, or temporary pleasures. Distraction is not harmless. It is deadly. It kills momentum, weakens discipline, and destroys potential long before failure ever has a chance to. Look around you and you'll see the pattern everywhere. Most people are broke not because they aren't capable, but because they are distracted. They spend hours on social media watching the lives of others instead of building their own. They waste time chasing gossip, drama, and entertainment while neglecting the work that would free them. They allow their focus to be stolen by every notification, every distraction, every temptation, and then they wonder why success feels impossible. The truth is brutal. Success isn't impossible. They are simply walking away from it one distraction at a time. Distractions are deceptive because they feel good in the moment. They give you a quick hit of pleasure, an escape from effort, a small taste of comfort. But comfort is a poison when consumed in excess. What feels good now almost always leads to regret later. The life you dream of is built on sacrifice, not comfort. It is built on hours of focus when others are distracted, on discipline when others are indulging, on grinding when others are wasting time. Every distraction you indulge in today is a trade. You are trading your future freedom for present weakness. And once time is gone, you can never get it back. The successful understand this truth deeply. They treat their attention as the most valuable asset they have, because it is. Money lost can be earned back. Opportunities missed can sometimes return. But time and focus wasted are gone forever. That is why those who win in life are ruthless about cutting distractions. They know they cannot afford to give their energy to things that do not matter. They know every time they choose distraction, they are stepping off the path that leads to greatness. Distraction doesn't only steal your time, it rewires your mind. When you constantly indulge in shallow entertainment, you weaken your ability to concentrate. Your brain becomes addicted to stimulation, craving quick hits instead of deep work. Slowly, you lose the ability to sit with your goals, to grind in silence, to push through boredom. And without those abilities, success is impossible. Building something meaningful requires long hours of undistracted work, and if you cannot give that, your dreams will forever remain dreams. It takes brutal honesty to admit how much distraction is costing you. It's easy to say, I don't have enough time, but the truth is you do, you just waste it. It's easy to say, I'll focus tomorrow, but tomorrow becomes next week, then next year, and eventually never. At some point, you must face the reality that your distractions are not harmless. They are chains keeping you from becoming who you were meant to be. Every time you choose them, you step further away from the life you want until the distance becomes so great, you can no longer see the dream at all. But the good news is this. Just as distraction compounds, so does focus. One day of eliminating distractions may not change your life, but one day turns into 2, then a week, then a month, and slowly momentum builds. The more you cut out the unnecessary, the sharper your focus becomes. Sharper your focus becomes, the faster your progress. And the faster your progress, the closer you move to the life you've always wanted. The path to your dreams isn't complicated. It's simply a matter of eliminating what pulls you away and doubling down on what pulls you forward. Every distraction is a step away from the life you dream of, but every act of focus is a step toward it. That choice is yours every single day. No one is coming to save you. No one is going to pull the phone out of your hand or drag you away from wasting hours on meaningless things. Only you can make that decision. You either guard your focus like your life depends on it, or you let distraction rob you until there's nothing left. The difference between those who win and those who stay broke is simple. The winners stay locked in, while the rest stay distracted. The future you want is waiting, but it won't wait forever. The question is, will you step toward it or keep stepping away until it's gone? At the end of the day, life is nothing more than the sum of your choices. Each distraction you allow into your life is a choice to step away from your dream, your goals, and your freedom. And each act of focus is also a choice to move closer, to fight for the life you want, to honor the vision you claim matters to you. The gap between the successful and the broke is not talent, not luck, not even intelligence. It is focus. One group refuses to give in to distraction. The other lives enslaved by it. That is the brutal truth. If you want to win, you must become ruthless with your attention. You must protect it as if your future depends on it, because it does. Stop trading years of your life for minutes of cheap pleasure. Stop giving your focus to people and things that don't matter. Stop stepping away from your dream. Every time you stay disciplined, every time you reject distraction, every time you choose focus, you take another step closer to freedom, wealth, power, and respect. The dream you want is possible, but only if you are willing to cut the chains of distraction and lock in until it becomes real.